Let me take you on a journey, back in time, to the fascinating history of one of the most important tools in science, the microscope. Our story begins in the 1st century AD, when the Romans were first experimenting with glass. By testing different shapes, they made a fascinating discovery. A piece of glass, thick in the middle and thin at the edges, made objects appear larger when placed over them. These early lenses, which magnified objects and could even focus sunlight to start a fire, were called magnifiers or burning glasses. The name, lens, itself comes from the Latin word for lentil, as the shape resembled the bean. However, it wasn't until the end of the 13th century that these lenses found a more practical use, as spectacles. People began to wear glasses, but the idea of using lenses for scientific purposes was still in its infancy. The earliest microscopes were no more than simple magnifying glasses, with a magnification power of about 6x to 10x, enough to make tiny insects like fleas appear larger, earning them the name flea glasses. Then, around the year 1590, the microscope took a giant leap forward. In a small workshop in the Netherlands, two Dutch spectacle makers, Zaccharias Janssen and his father Hans, began to experiment with placing multiple lenses in a tube. Their groundbreaking discovery allowed them to magnify objects far more than any single lens could achieve. This was the birth of the compound microscope, the very tool that would open up new worlds of scientific discovery. Around the same time, the famous scientist Galileo heard about these experiments and decided to try his hand at improving this new instrument. Not only did he enhance the microscope, but he also refined the telescope, exploring the heavens and pushing the boundaries of what lenses could do. He even added a focusing device to the microscope, making it more functional. But perhaps the most important figure in the story of microscopes is Anthony Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch tradesman. Working in a dry goods store, he first used magnifying glasses to count threads in cloth. His fascination with lenses grew, and he began to grind and polish his own lenses, producing lenses with such curvature that they could magnify objects up to 270 times their original size. With this newfound power, Leeuwenhoek was the first person in history to see bacteria, yeast, blood cells, and tiny life forms in a drop of water, creatures no one had ever imagined existed. His discoveries earned him the title of the father of microscopy. In England, Robert Hooke made his mark on the world of microscopy. An incredible scientist in his own right, Hooke refined the design and capabilities of the microscope. Like Leeuwenhoek, he's known for his contributions to the field and is sometimes called the English father of microscopy. For centuries, little was done to improve the microscope until the mid-19th century, when companies like Zeiss in Germany and Charles Spencer's company in the United States began producing high-quality microscopes. These advancements led to the creation of modern microscopes as we know them today, powerful tools that enable us to study the microscopic world in incredible detail. Today, quality microscopes are widely available, made mostly in countries like Germany, Japan, and China. Even the most basic school microscopes would astound Zaccharias Janssen, the microscope's inventor, with their clarity and precision. And so, from the humble beginnings of ancient glass experiments to the sophisticated instruments of today, the microscope has transformed the way we see the world, opening our eyes to the wonders of the unseen.